I used to watch TheQuartering back when he was a Magic the Gathering channel. Like, he actually got me into Magic the Gathering before I got into YouTube and completely dropped Magic the Gathering. Because, hell, I can only really have one vice at a time. But, like, then he got into controversy because for Magic the Gathering, they are hiring a lot of judges that were on, the certain registry, that people who do odd things, sexual things against kids are on, that type of registry. Like, they were hiring people that are like, I guess, like sex offenders. It was one of those, either pedophiles or sex offenders. It's been a while. And okay, then he's like, okay, they hire one or two. Okay, maybe some of them slip through the gap. No, I looked at the Google Doc. I seen there was an entire list. I didn't even look at the names. I clicked on. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening? And there, it Hasbro went through this odd situation, or Wizards of the Coast went through this odd situation where, their way of quelling the discourse around that was to blacklist anyone that even began to talk about it. So this put the Magic the Gathering community in a certain situation because on YouTube your entire livelihood and making money and making your videos was predicated off receiving packs early, receiving free packs or packs before everyone else, unpacking them, talking about the cards. And to be blacklisted in that community means that you were put at an active disadvantage versus people who weren't, people who could still receive that. So it was in your interest as a Magic the Gathering channel to just shut the fuck up. But the Quartering did not shut the fuck up about it. He pointed it out. He talked about it. He got blacklisted, and I mean that kind of made him change the dynamic of his channel. But now, what we're going to talk about, and this is me assuming before I even get into the video, is the fact that a lot of people unsubscribing, and I also kind of stopped watching his videos because I guess he's kind of rapid firing videos, and I personally kind of seen the drop in quality. But I 100% understand why, he's in the situations he's at. Like, he's a very business savvy individual. His business is on YouTube, is streaming. He has people to pay. He also has to put food on his fucking table. So I understand why it takes him a longer while to explain things, or if he rambles, or if he talks slow. I understand why people don't like that, but again, being the business savvy individual he is, and YouTube being the way YouTube is, forced him to turn this way. So let's give this a watch, shall we?
I don't know if many of you have noticed, but I've been a lot more shifty and weird breathy lately, and it's because I'm having near daily anxiety. There's been something going on with my YouTube channel over the past couple of weeks that I have been spending almost every single night trying to figure out. I talked to my YouTube rep, I talked to other people in the space. I just can't figure it out. And right now, I don't even really have a great answer. But what I do have is an action plan. Over the past several weeks, I have noticed videos that used to get 50, 60, 70, 80,000 views were starting to get 10,000 views, 15,000 views. And it caused great panic because, as you know, I have a lot of staff. My YouTube channel actually pays for all of the staff on my live stream.
When you're craving this
Bruh.
much goodness, Hardy's all new
Bruh,
barbecue
get the
Frisco
fuck off
is
my...
what-
I have, you know, a thumb.
I'll accept that ads, I mean. But yeah, YouTube has gotten to this point where, and it could be multiple things, right? Yeah. One of the things could be, well, people just find your content boring because you made a shift, you made a business decision that, you know, to meet YouTube's measures, you made the decision to sort of pump out videos, pump out and avoid saying certain words. And because of that, people may have dropped off because of your content in particular. But people, I mean, you also probably is getting throttled by YouTube itself, because YouTube does throttle channels, does, you know, shove channels lower in the recommended for, you know, talking about sensitive subjects, you know, talking about highly political, highly divisive subjects like what's happening in the current world. You know, YouTube does, you know, shove those kind of lower. Now, if you're Asmongold, people actively seek his channels for his opinion on those things, and it doesn't affect, okay, maybe those channels don't show up in your recommended, but the minute you type in that ASM, it will show Asmongold right then and there as the highest search. The YouTube algorithm has changed to where it can fuck with you and fuck with your views, fuck with your recommended, you know, on people's channels, and, you know, kick you off of it. Like, we know this. YouTube themselves say that they do this.
Thumbnail person, video editors, and much more that all rely on YouTube, which has been extremely consistent for me over the past 5 years. For the first time in 3 or 4 years, I have started losing a lot of subscribers, hundreds, thousands a day. I couldn't figure it out. I can't figure it out. I think there are some reasons that are causing it, things that I'm doing, things that I'm going to address in this video, but there's also something going on with YouTube that I can't figure out. First of all, I asked my viewers, hey, I've got 2 million subs. Why in the heck am I getting 8,000 views again? Or 8,000 views on a video? For the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, if a video did good, it got 100 to 200,000 views. If a video did bad, it would still get 70,000 views. It's not, and I would still have this sporadic good video. I had a video on Thursday that had 200,000 views, or on Wednesday. I had a video on Tuesday that got 100,000 views. But then every other video I'd upload that day would get 5,000, 7,000 views. These numbers are, if it continued like this past these 2 weeks, which it has been, I would have to fire everybody that works for me. Everybody. And
it's also the problem with YouTube, it's unsustainable, right? And it's easy to tell a controversial individual, oh, just get a job. It's like, I don't know, where would he be able to work? And again, you're viewing this like an American, right? If you're in a third world country and, okay, you make money, like, it puts food on the table to do this. And to be successful on YouTube, you have to treat it like a job. It might not be a job, but you have to treat it like such if you want to be successful. If you, like, you gotta know the landscape, know all these things about, like, you know, study the Bible of rules YouTube has, You know, see how other popular people, like, you have to put in time, money, and effort, and money in his case, because he hires people. You know, he has people like Melanie Mack and Razor Fist that, you know, they give him videos. He has editors. You know, he has people that maybe Tard wrangle him to where, okay, what you're saying here is wrong. I mean, it's fine. Well, there's probably maybe there's times that I've been wrong on my videos, but hey, I guess we'll never know. Got him. But anyway, I mean, yeah, you have to treat it. And again, if you're like me, I don't care to be fucking play. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, whatever. You know, yeah. If the 4, 5, 6 people that watch my video, they get a little bit more information. Hey, that's all the better. But in quartering specific case, yeah, like this is effectively a job for him. And it's a job in the sense that it puts food on his fucking table. It puts food on the table of the people working under him. So in that sense, it is a job, or well, I guess his business. If I'm to be a little more accurate. So situations like this would absolutely make someone like him anxious.
You know, probably make some other pretty drastic changes. I couldn't figure it out. So first things first, the things that I can control. I asked my viewers, what is going on? Why are you not, what's going on? Why aren't you watching my videos anymore? So to address the loudest feedback, too many ads. You're doing too many ads, Jeremy. I'm sick of the ads. I'm sick of them. You're doing them too much. I've heard and I will correct. I will now limit all ad reads to a 1 per day maximum. In order to complete this, I have canceled sponsorships that were paying me money now that, in order to not have to do more than 1 per day. Now,
Oh, and again, like, I think YouTube has, like, you can set however many ads you want. Like, because I know someone who's fairly popular-ish on YouTube and who's monetized. And he kind of shown me all the things in the monetization scheme. It's like, okay, maybe there's like one pre-roll ad that you can't really, help, but at the beginning, but after that, I mean, you can set however many fucking ads you want, if you want. And there has been content that even I, completely have fallen off of simply because of ads. Like, I used to, listen to, 5, 6 hour long dubstep music videos of compilations of like 2010s, 2015s dubstep, but because there are ads in them, it kind of just ruins the flow for me. And I don't really watch those unless I'm on a particular browser that may or may not block them. But yeah, if you're watching a video, and again, like I said, most people who probably put your videos on have it open on a separate screen while they're gaming. Like, that's where when I was in college, when I was, playing YGO on my laptop, when I was deck building with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, yeah, I'd have you on, and this was like freshman year I was in Magic. Yeah, I guess in that sense also when I was playing Magic, I'd put your videos on in the background while I was, building my decks. But when that happens, like, and then an ad show comes on it, people be like, oh god, fucking damn, I gotta skip this ad because that tells YouTube you don't want to see them as often. So you had to break what you're doing, break the game you're playing, you know, your concentration just to actively fight the ads. But then you have people that have like 70, 80 fucking ads. And then there's those like 1 hour ads in a fucking video. It's like, what the fuck? And okay, maybe it's for people that fall asleep watching YouTube. And if if you fall asleep during that ad, well, you kind of fucked. Because it tells the algorithm, oh, I guess these are the type of ads people want to see. But for most people, they either, after like the 5th ad, they're going to either click the fuck off and get annoyed, or, you know, they're going to put on an ad blocker. I mean,
Also includes promoting Quartercast, my live stream channel, and my Trump cookbooks. If I'm doing a Trump cookbook, that counts as an ad. 1 per day max, period.
bruh.
I'm kind of a deal hunter, so.
We use the Spectrum saving.
Man, you just hit me with 2 ads in this video. See what I mean? We're 3 minutes in, and that was the 2nd ad.
So hopefully the people that haven't been watching, that were annoyed by all the ads, you'll come back. Secondly, in my panic of trying to figure out why videos that would normally get 50, 60, 70,000 views, why in the hell this was happening, I was deleting them. Because...
Yeah, and that's bad, right? If you delete videos, all your YouTube videos, then that fucks the algorithm for your channel. And even if, like, okay, if you have, like, copyright on them to where they're partially blocked, if you delete, like, I don't know, 1 or 2 of those, it should actually boost your channel just a little bit, because each one of those partially blocked videos is throttling your channel for each one of them on. So if either you remove the copyrighted song, and I would know because I play music on most of my videos, but if you're just deleting like 5, 6, 7 videos, up to like 10 videos that aren't made, like, yeah, that will fuck your channel. Absolutely obliterate it.
Because I thought, well, this is a video that's performing very poorly, and it's bad for my channel. To have a video that has, like, a click-through rate of, you know, my average click-through rate might be 10, 12%. Any video that gets worse than that gets sent out to less people. That's just how YouTube works.
Mm-hmm.
So if a video is getting, for whatever reason, a click-through rate, meaning that that's the number of times people click versus the number of times the video is shown to them, the higher the click-through rate, the more YouTube will show it to people. That's why clickbait's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
The lower, the less, right? Because there's a finite amount of real estate. So I thought, well, but, you know,
Yeah, and it's that, and like the overall watch time, like people only watching like half the video, then clicking off, that affects your video overall. If people are, you know, right-clicking this, or I think it would be this. Never mind. How
this video has a little...
how do you do the thing where you can make the video play on to two times the is it? I think it's this. Anyway, if you click on the thing that makes the video plays on 2 times the speed, that also affects your view time, because if they're playing twice the speed, they're only watching the video half as long, and that's a way to fix him, you know, taking forever to put out a point, is just click 2 times the speed. And hell, some people probably were doing that, and when they did, it affected the watch time of your video. Did my mouse just die?
click-through rate, I better delete it. Turns out that was very bad. And I know other YouTubers that do this, so you should stop. I talked to my YouTube rep, which is an actual person in America, not some, random H1B in India. And he said, that's very bad.
Yeah. Drop the casual racism, why don't you? But that's probably what people want, right? Again, people want edginess. But what? Do you think you would get a different, like, a different answer from the H1B visa in India? That telling you don't fucking delete your shit? Like, do you think the answer you'd get would be different?
Bad, stop doing that. Well, would have been nice to know 2 weeks ago when I started doing it, but now I know. So obviously, if I put out a stinker, it's going to stay. All right? The other big, good piece of feedback is that, Jeremy, you're not providing enough in-depth, enough additional value in your videos.
Yeah, and that's also valid. But again, I explained why, because YouTube, if anything, YouTube also punishes you for doing long form videos. Like, unless that's the established channel that you're known for, right? Doing like hyper edited videos on games like Maxor or like Mandalore Gaming or Seth Zintac. Like, if you're just a startup and you're doing that, okay, YouTube punishes you because YouTube has switched away from that towards short content, towards pumping out 5, 6, 10-minute videos. So unfortunately, you're going to have a hard time getting any views
and
with that.
You know what? Fair point. I think the market has shifted and it's no longer okay just to have to, just to read an article and give my, whoa, that's crazy. I need to be better.
Yeah, and many other YouTubers won't say this, so I have respect for the quartering for saying this, right? Because most people will just universally blame, the YouTube algorithm. And then the YouTube gives you every right to do so. Like, to 100% blame YouTube. But very few people will be like, okay, yeah, maybe my content isn't up to snuff. Maybe, to meet YouTube's measures, my content has dropped in the quality that my viewers want. The casual Trump 2028 right there.
To avoid having my wife sell her feet pictures, I have hired a researcher full-time. Her job is to help me formulate these videos to add more information to them. To teach something rather than to read an article and react. Now, there's going to be some videos or articles or stories that reading or reacting is totally normal and totally warranted. However, when I'm talking about topics like Iran, Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, even gaming, right? There's definitely room to be better than just an article reader. So to remedy this, I have hired a full-time
This is Ted.
Quartering.
Ted was born in 1998, the year of the first Google search.
Yet another fucking
researcher.
ad.
She
I
will work
don't
with me
know.
every day to help provide extra meat in my videos to hopefully make them more interesting and entertaining for you.
Yeah, and as a business side, it makes sense why you would do that. But again, it's like, man, we're on 3 ads. I'm 6 minutes in. When you're talking about, okay, maybe I'm not going to have many ads. Like, you're kind of busting my balls here, brother. But, I mean, again, also, if you're talking about controversial topics, again, YouTube will throttle you. Like, they will shove your videos lower on, on the recommended. Like, I completely forgot I was subbed to you because your videos just do not show up on my recommended anymore. Like, a friend brought up the quarter, and I was like, oh yeah, I fucking forgot. I'm so subbed to him. And yeah, I mean, also the whole notification thing is also fucked. But yeah.
I need to do better and provide a better product, essentially. There's also the issue of my videos being boring. Now that brings up kind of, I used to have the meme intros. Well, I tested the meme intros and people were basically 50-50 on whether or not they cared about them. Well, the meme intros are coming back, but not just that. I have shifted my full-time video editor, Steven, many of you know him. His job will now be to make my videos better. So each day, he will add B-roll to my videos, memes, factoids, on-screen things to make my videos more engaging and interesting. The era of me just reading articles is over, is what I'm saying. And that's based on your feedback. How did it get like this? Well, that's my fault entirely.
Yeah, and it's fair to just straight up admit, yeah, I fucked up, or like, no, you didn't entirely fucked up. You did what you needed to do to make it on YouTube, but clearly people are seeing that, and people are turning away and move to other channels. And I mean, again, because of that, you've lost viewers and you've lost. I don't know if you were like, you might have lost subscribers. You said you still had like, what, 2 million subscribers at one point. Like, this is still a lot of subscribers, right? And this had 20K views right here. So yeah, I mean, you're making a good business decision, but again, you're still ramming up against YouTube, and there are ways to like sponsorships and ad reads to where people it's gels with the video. Like if I'm talking about Israel and Iran, I'm like, well, maybe Israel would be better if they played Clash of Clans, because then they would know how to, that way of doing ads, and it's goofy, it's cringe, and it fits in the video. But a lot of videos I react to implemented their sponsorships in a way to where, yeah, it's cringe, but it's like, okay, I understand what's going on. Instead of just breaking away and having just a flat sponsorship read, like they make it kind of gel with the video.
I got apathetic. It became more and more about just making sure I find 4 to 5 videos a day that I think will get 100,000 views. It became more about hitting my goals because I had so many employees. And the stress of that meant I was covering some stuff that maybe I wasn't passionate about, or I wasn't that interested in. But I thought, hey, this is what's going on, and this is the stuff. The stress of having so much staff was creating that, and so I have trimmed fat. I'm not gonna name names or anything like that, but I went from a staff of about 10 people to I'm going down to about 3 people. And the 3 people I'm keeping are going to have to do more work. But they are also the people that when I shared with them that I was experiencing immense stress at what's going on with the channel and what's going on, because I'm very transparent. I share with most of my employees how much money I make even. Like, what boss does that? I share my analytics with them, right?
I mean, most bosses do. I mean, it's not something they hide. Like, it's not really... I guess it's maybe uncouth, unprofessional, but I mean, if you see the person every day if you know them. I mean, it's not really that. But yeah, I mean, and I don't know, like, crying to the internet, like, it's always cringe to, like, watch people cry to the internet about their problems. Even if it's like, something like this, because a lot of people are just going to be like, oh, we'll just find a real job. Well, like I said, this effectively is his job, and he has to treat it like one to be successful. And he is successful. He has millions of subscribers. He makes lots of money with that and his coffee brand coffee, and I guess he's on Rumble now. And he's making at least enough money to sustain the people that are left. But, I mean, YouTube is just not sustainable anymore. It's not sustainable because they change rules, they change legislation, they add more rules that will fuck over older videos. With me who plays music, the copyright changes, so we're now videos or live streams I did years in the past are now getting partially blocked, and I need to go back there and delete that music. Like, it's an ever revolving door of changes to the point where it's just like you're doing yourself a disservice just staying on YouTube, and you could just get banned out of nowhere and you don't even know what the fuck you did. And that has happened to channels in the past, like channels over COVID, where they made changes. like PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, like they've talked about how videos they've made in the past are now demonetized and they're not making money off them anymore. YouTube has changed from when we grew up. Like, to some people, being a YouTuber was a dream. Well, that dream is just forevermore out of reach because they prefer, like, corporate interests. Like, there are very few people who can, organically grow a large audience on YouTube anymore, right? Without having a sponsor, without being pushed in the algorithm, or without sucking YouTube's cock. Like, there's just very few people that can, get to that level that haven't already gotten there, before all these changes. And, you're in a lucky situation to be in this, but again, you're also putting yourself in a tough situation relying predominantly on YouTube. Oh,
the frick done. Sometimes when I'm trying to
my
make flashy edits like this, I
God,
also
I
get pretty intimidated.
like
Motion array
see
comes
now
in.
my
Motion array is packed with
mouse
exclusive
died.
assets
My
designed in
fucking mouse
collaboration with some of the
died
biggest names
because I
in the
need
creative
batteries.
world.
I
You need
don't
some fonts?
care.
Got them. Let's handcraft
See,
it
now
by
this
expert
is
colorists.
going to ruin
Got
my
that too.
video.
They have everything you need to make
Right,
your edits
'cause
absolutely
I'm trying
solid.
to
And finding
skip.
everything you need is super easy.
I'm
Everything's
trying to
organized
skip.
very nicely.
There we go. I at least paused it. This I can't watch any more of this. Right now, my cursor isn't working. Cursor, you wanna do something, mouse?
You can even
No, I can't do it. This isn't this is me crashing out already, right? Like, this is me crashing out in real. I can't watch any more of this. Again, the fucking ads are just annoying. What was that? A fucking 30-minute ad? I'm done. I'm done watching. I defended you up until this point, and now my mouse is dying. So I'll just end it here. Or hold on. I would edit this, but I'm not. I guess I'll change the battery from this mouse. Ugh. Come on. To this mouse. Okay, can we go from there? Ugh. I'm not editing this out. because the editing software has just gotten more and more annoying. Yeah. The clickbait technique of claiming that someone gets owned and then absolutely does not is mad annoying. Yeah, again, I do clickbait, but because I do. It's just you can't blame the game, not the player. I think you've clickbait too close to the sun. Now, whenever I see a clickbait title, which is most of them, I just assume it's hyperbole and skip it. Yeah, but again, you're in the minority. Most people will be like, oh, I actually want to see what the fuck is happening. And some people click it knowing good and damn well it's probably clickbait, but they still want the information. The ads went too long. It needs to be like, I'm selling coffee, done. Got it. Don't need a minute long rant about the coffee. Yeah. I mean, have the descriptions and have all of that, but I mean, like I'm sponsored by Dubby, but you won't ever hear me go on a 10-minute rant or like describing Dubby. By the way, Dubby sponsorship, by the way, absolutely sponsored. Do I have to put that in my video now? Or whatever. It's because it's become apparent that this channel is about selling coffee, not to be able to build a better news channel, but to ultimately sell more things and make more money. The news is just bait. I don't believe that. I think he generally likes putting out news and likes putting the videos on. It's just, again, YouTube has forced him to do things like these, and again, his coffee brand coffee sponsorship is, just part of that, like another way to make money. Clickbait may work for a while, but eventually people will stop clicking. Again, maybe you fall into this category, but again, most people click knowing that the title's clickbait, but still want the information. But the coffee ads at the end, yeah. I mean, some people put it in the middle, but yeah, at the end. Read the comments, stop with the coffee ads, and no more clickbait nonsense. I mean, and again, if he likes his coffee brand coffee, like, yeah, I mean, maybe put an ad like every couple of videos, misleading thumbnails, first 3 minutes only BS, then coffee advertisement. Clickbait titles, nothing burger payoff. Stop doing that. Drink your coffee, raise your mug, say great coffee, leave it at that. Good luck. I love the channel. I'm very happy that see some of these changes. I really like the meme intros. I don't drink coffee, and I was sick of those. I see all the hard work you and your team do. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, and he does put in work for his channel. It's just, again, YouTube has forced him to do this. Coffee ad, gift box, Amazon coffee brand, coffee's life story. It's annoying to hear it every day, yeah. And I agree. The amount of ads for those Mother Day coffee gift box made you almost unwatchable for a while. Can't figure out why people don't like being bullshitted. Owning it and taking accountability is a good look. Thanks for being honest. I agree, but I can't continue this video, man. Like, and there's probably like 2 more ads. Like, I'm sorry. That's a me thing, right? Fire your thumbnail guy. I can't tell you how many times a thumbnail doesn't even remotely pay off in the video. Got him. But anyway, that's all I really gotta say about this. Peace.